Hey guys, Bowie here, and this is You're Doing It Wrong. We're talking about Bottle today. This is an attempt on a new series, so I really hope you guys stick around for the whole thing to give me feedback. Bottle is not a subject that has that much nuance to it, but I wanted to start with something easier so that you could get the hang of the idea and see if it works. If you guys like this, I plan on touching subjects like Roshan, TP scrolls, from items to skills, and hopefully get something pretty interesting going. The first thing we'll talk about is saving runes. We'll start with this Tinker player. It's very normal for ancient players and even low divine players to use the runes as soon as they get them. In this case, for instance, you could say that the haste rune was about to wear off, so popping it is justified, and there is some truth to that. But look what he does with the next invis rune that shows up. The end result is that he was not able to achieve anything with pretty good runes. Let's compare this with Dandy playing Queen of Pain here. He gets ambushed, and I could see a lot of hasty players already popping the DD to get back to full HP, after all they're always afraid of dying. Dandy knows that he's fine, and he walks all the way back to the base, and he heals without also committing the rune, which takes longer. Some runes are very strong in certain heroes, and double damage on Quap is definitely one of them. While the Tiny here is able to get rid of Quap, look how the double damage allows Dandy to easily solo kill the clock, while also farming this large cam stack later. The second thing we'll talk about is an empty bottle. A lot of players sometimes walk around the map with their bottles empty while having a key item in their backpacks like TPs, dusts, and raindrops. The Quap that was playing against the Tinker from the first game is roaming the enemy jungle at 42 minutes with an empty bottle instead of a TP in the inventory. Obviously the bottle is not what causes the death, but if the Quap had a TP ready, there was the option of blinking in the tree area and BKB TPing away, or doing several other things. Instead, the Quap just dies. Dandy, on the other hand, constantly micromanaged his inventory to get rid of the empty bottle if he had more interesting items to use. This is pretty standard. Even the ancient Tinker from the game we discussed backpacked the no talisman as he used the haste rune. One thing to point out is that there's more of an emphasis, especially in the early game, of doing that for intelligence heroes than, let's say, agility heroes. For instance, Bryle didn't bother with backpacking his Aquila for extra mana since it offers so little. But in a hero with 2 new talisman and treads, you definitely want to make sure you can squeeze as much mana as possible, so you have to leave your treads on agility and backpack the no talisman. The fourth thing we're discussing is fountain interactions and some other interesting interactions with bottle. And let's talk about the fountain interactions. For instance, as you TP away from the base, you can always commit one charge to spend no mana to clear a wave. This is kind of frustrating because Bryle didn't do that and now I look like a fool. But in this war game, you see that being done. As he TPs, he already bottles to use a remnant for free. He decided to walk, so the effect is not vividly illustrated, but you get the idea of what he's doing. Another bottle interaction that some people often forget about is when you're playing, let's say, Pugna, and you have a PA in your team. You cannot pick a double damage and then gift your bottle to the PA to use it. So what you have to do is give the bottle before picking it up, so that PA uses the double damage and you get your bottle refilled. So that's a win-win. Finally, one thing that kind of faded away and I guess some players ended up forgetting about because of the dual lane meta is the ability to refill bottles when a hero TPs from the base. So if you're playing a roamer or if your side lanes are fine, always consider this gentle gesture pyramid play. Well guys, thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing. If you have any feedback, please make sure to comment. I actually try my hardest to find some interesting bottle things to talk about. There are some other ones that I think are even more obvious than the ones I discussed. If you think there's like something very high level or something that I completely forgot to talk about, please make sure to leave it in the comments so I can maybe make a next episode, but I will try and touch upon the other subjects I talked about at the beginning. If you also have any suggestions of what I should talk about in the next episode, or if I should just forget about this completely, make sure to express yourself. Twitter is where I talk about Dota and life, so make sure to follow me there if you're interested. Twitch is where I play and where I cast. If you want to help a brother out, I always appreciate those Amazon Prime subscriptions. Instagram is a place that I definitely don't use as often as I should, but whenever I go to a tournament or an event, I'll try and get some juicy stuff there. So if you're already following, you're gonna have some good surprises. We also have a Discord channel you can check out. And thanks for watching, guys. I am a little bit sick, so sorry for the voice, and have a good one. Bye.